Oh, it switched off again. Okay, test, test. Yes, now I've got sound. Luckily, this problem has occurred a couple of times before, so now I know where to look. It just switches off my mic for some reason, but I can see green beams going up and down for Oscar and also for Chris. But let's just, for all time's sake, do the official test. Oscar, are you there?
Hi, good evening from the Netherlands, live.
And from the United States of America.
And hello from America.
Ah, there we've got Chris. Hi guys, it's good to see you.
Hi.
It's been a crazy week. We've got another crazy week coming on. So I am really happy that I was able to make it, and I am also very happy that the two of you are there to have another half an hour of madness. And let's just, I mean, the half hour thing is a little bit short. On the other hand, it keeps things, moving. So maybe we should not delay too much. I've got a couple of things. Obviously, Formula One. Well, first we'll start with the week. If anything special happened, then we'll do Formula One. And there are some Lego things that I saw that might be interesting to take a short look at if we have the time. So first of all, let's go through the week. That looks really cool. Let me see if I can set up something. Yes, I can. Here we go. We've got Chris in the larger view now, and let's start with that because I don't want to skip that. Oh wow!
So do you remember I bought a bunch of Lego Speed Champions last year?
Yes.
It turns out there were two that I forgot to build, and this was one of them.
That is.
So this is the McLaren Senna S.
Great stuff.
Just turn my background off on my camera. Change backgrounds to not.
It's blurry. Yeah. That's better. Yeah. That's much better. Okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So again, another one of those where they've done a really good job of capturing the overall shape.
Oh yeah. Really cool. Yeah, I love how
this one is 6 bricks wide, so this is the sort of the longer, narrow ones.
Yeah.
And it comes with a little wind tunnel.
Oh wow!
Oh really?
How cool is that?
For wind tunnel testing.
Oh, that is so cool! Just a great detail. Oh wow!
Yeah.
And you should put a motor on that and make it spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
try to get purposing.
Yeah. See if it purposes.
Oops,
Yeah.
I've broken the wind tunnel.
Somebody made. I mean,
the wind tunnel now has no fan in it.
No. Okay. Well, that was easy. Yeah. The porpoising thing is very difficult to pronounce, and people are call it purposing and whatever. But somebody made the horrible mistake to propose to someone. I call it proposing. So that that was fun. But anyway, yeah.
It's another nice kit.
Yeah.
They did a good job on the tail lights again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of narrow because it's only 6 bricks wide.
Yeah, but isn't that? I mean, here I have the Supra. Wait a minute. That was 6.
That was also
6 wide too, isn't it? Oh yeah, you've got it too. Look at us. Yeah. we all have our Lego nearby. Yeah.
So the Nissan and the Ferrari are 8 bricks. So
yeah, I think the Supra.
If you look at this guy is 8 bricks wide.
Yeah, I think the Supra is 8 bricks too. That's true. Yeah.
So you can see there's quite a noticeable difference in the width.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And after watching that video yesterday, it seems like they're all going to go to 8 bricks wide now.
Yes, that's what I heard. That they're switching to that to give it a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
So.
And they can do more. They can do a bit more with it, and they just the proportions look better on the 8 bricks wide. So the 3 that I have that are 8 bricks are the Ferrari and the Nissan and the Audi Quattro.
Yeah, that's probably the 2021, the newer versions. That's when they skipped to they stepped up to the 8 bricks wide. But it's cool.
And then I have in 6 bricks wide, I have the McLaren, and the old Porsche.
Yeah.
So these were the older ones that
they were much narrower, smaller. Yeah.
And the proportions just don't look quite right. They seem too narrow.
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, it's almost impossible if you want to stick to that scale to make it scale. So it's much better the 8 bricks wide to. I
think so.
Looking at the Supra, I keep being amazed on how they captured that. It's so great.
Yeah.
Also, the color does it a little bit.
6, aren't they?
It's just really really cool. And I was looking a little bit to maybe get a new speed champion, and I was actually trying to let me go back to this screen. Actually trying to look for the Audi, the Ur type that you've got too, because I do really love that. It's a good kit. Yeah, that's an older one too. That's also 7 or 6 wide, or maybe not.
The Quattro is 8.
Oh, it is 8. Oh, okay, so that's okay. Anyway, it's almost out of. Oh yeah, cool. It's almost sold out everywhere. But I found one, and I was contemplating maybe getting one because it is a real nice kit. And then maybe we should just go to this guy who is talking about
the movie cars.
Yes, let me see if I can switch to a little bit of interesting stuff. Let's just go to that screen. I noticed it, and Chris also sent it through. Let me see if I can get a little bit to where the cars are. Oh, here we go. Apparently, the Speed Champions line is gonna have some movie cars, and that might be interesting. And I saw 2. This is one of them, and it's it's really
got the full size one.
Really cool. Yeah,
that's the full size.
That's the full size one. Yeah. So they're obviously I was already thinking that. And that's from Bullet. Is that the?
No, it's Dom's Toretto from Fast and the Furious.
Oh, Fast and Furious. Yeah.
Or Dom's Charger. Right?
Yeah, Dom's Charger. Yeah. Oh yeah, obviously. Anyway, so it's cool. And they also were talking about another one, and that might be actually the one that I'm going for if that comes out, if I can find it somewhere in this timeline. Yep, there it is, all the way at the end. Yeah, that's the small version of the Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're. It's not focusing on that, but I think he's showing it, but apparently he's not right now.
It thinks your Aston Martin's part of the background.
Yeah. There it is, but it's very short. I don't know why.
What happened? Yeah.
I hear.
So he does a very long-winded explanation of the 2 different cars.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so maybe we should try and pause that if we can find it. I hear a very strange noise, like a phone rattling, or.
Yeah.
Do you hear that too?
What's happening?
I don't know where it comes from.
It's a rattlesnake.
A rattlesnake, yeah, or something like that. So why is it?
Now it's gone again.
Okay, here we are.
It's gone again.
It's gone again. Nice. Okay, why can't I find where he's holding up the 2 cars? I mean, how difficult is that? And why isn't he showing much more of that?
He's talking a lot about the design.
Yeah, which is fine, but I don't want that now. I want just to see the cars, not talk about this.
Oh, basically, I like it very much that they create now speed champions also from the movie cars.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that I have both in the bigger size.
Yeah. I'm
not really looking forward to buying them.
No.
But it's I can imagine that they would be also nice to have.
Yeah, but that's
if
the
you
whole
have a
thing. I
quite,
don't know the
collection.
pricing, but and obviously it's not as nice as the big ones, so you'd probably go for the bigger ones. But anyway, I thought it was interesting, and let's see how they are when they really come out, and if it might be interesting. I don't know the pricing of it and all of that, but I thought it was interesting to show in our show. So anyway, so that's it for Lego. Really shortly, last time I wanted to show that, but this is a Ford F-150 Raptor, and that's Giorgio's first real model kit. It's a snap-tight kit, so it's not glued, but it's not painted, not nothing. He just get it off the sprues and put it together, and that was really cool. So he was adamant that I would show that in the live stream. so that's it. And obviously it was Father's Day, and I got this really cool. See if I can show how that, if it doesn't reflect. It's like minifig collection, a Star Wars minifig collection. And it says, obviously it says Daddy, and then you've got the power of the wisdom of Yoda, and you've got the courage of Solo, and stuff like that. So you are my hero, like a daddy present. So I really loved the way that they thought of doing that. So that's on my desk now, and it's gonna be for quite a while. It's really cool. And R2D2.
Yeah, is this a complete set? How you can buy it?
I really don't know. I haven't asked, because you don't look in the mouth of a gifted horse. How do I say that? Anyway, it's no. I probably will find out, but I'm pretty sure they didn't come up with it completely by themselves. I think this is an idea that's going around somewhere. But if it's a kit that you have to assemble, or if it's all in one, I don't know. But anyway. It's very nice. However, it's it came. So so yeah, that was Father's Day. Really nice.
Now you should say, this is so nice. Maybe it's also there for the Muppet Show.
Yeah, they should.
Thing.
Yeah, that Muppet Show thing.
Then you know what you get when it's your birthday.
Yeah, I know. It's Let me try and I forgot. To put on something. Yeah, my birthday. Yeah, well, my birthday is almost around the corner.
Coming up.
Let's just get some light here. Yep, better. I forgot to turn on my key light. Anyway, it didn't really bother. So let's talk about Formula 1, guys, because it's already 15 minutes in and we haven't discussed it. I have watched it live, which was a good idea. but not very healthy, because I mean, another great race with unexpected outcome, really. Nobody could have guessed this, and that's what I like. I mean, all these years where you knew that whatever happened, Hamilton was going to win, or, well, the last year obviously wasn't quite like that, but it was almost a little bit more of the same. Mercedes is going to be the quickest, and now we had a lot of things happening, a couple of safety cars, and a win for Max, which again was not a given. No, it wasn't a given, because there were lots of things that could have gone a little bit different and had lost him that place, and that would still be okay, if in a race like this. And I'm a Sainz fan, so that was great to see him there.
I was like, now do I want Sainz to overtake him, or do I want to lead?
I'm not going that far. I mean, I still want Max to win, but it makes it a lot easier for me if Sainz would have won this one, because I think he's a great guy too, and there wouldn't be too much lost for Max anyway if that had happened. And it would have been deserved. I mean, if Sainz would have been able to overtake him, that would have been a deserved win for Sainz, and I would have loved that too. I would have been just as happy. So yeah, great race. The last couple of 10 or 12 laps were just nail-bitingly. Because you knew it was gonna happen. I mean, obviously you have to still get past. But one little mistake, Max, the pressure that Max was under. I mean,
I thought it was interesting that the weekend went from dry in practice to wet for qualifying to dry for the race.
Yeah,
that was interesting. What surprised me was that during qualifying, Leclerc really went for it. I would have thought, given that they were starting from the back, and all he had to do was basically do one timed lap in qualifying.
Yeah.
I was surprised they didn't set his car up as a completely dry car for the race.
Mm-hmm.
But they set it up as kind of an intermediate setup so that he could qualify as well. And I just thought, I would have done that different. I would have done a very slow qualifying just to get the lap done and set the car up for a fully dry race, because knowing you're going to start from the back, you've got nothing to lose then.
No, I agree, but it seems like Ferrari is always a little bit soft in that respect. They are not how do you call it? Eager enough? They are eager, but they're not hard enough, or they're not tough enough. I don't know. They make these decisions that are a little bit half-hearted sometimes, and that's also with their strategy. They want to keep everybody happy, maybe. I don't know what's going to happen, but they need to toughen up, obviously. Well, they still, when the cars are back to, fully functioning again, they will win races again. That's for sure.
For sure.
So it's not over by a long shot, but that's okay too, And you never know what. Perez obviously had another issue, which was worrying, because I was thinking, oh my God, what will Max suffer the same thing?
Concerning then was it's the same problem sitting inside Max's car.
Yeah. And then again, it might it might have been something that was caused by his crash in quali. I don't know. They say it's a gearbox, and that's on the other side of the car, but still, things can.
Yeah, but they also say because he was stuck underneath the barrier, and he was trying to pull out.
Yeah, he was trying to reverse. He was probably stressing the gearbox out.
Oh.
Yeah. That was not so good for the gearbox.
On his first crash.
So
yes.
It might have been that it was causing the problems with the gearbox.
Okay. Well, then it's his own bloody fault. No. He should know better. Yeah. Anyway, it would have been better if Perez would have been in the mix too. Obviously, not only for constructors, but also for the the strategy and everything. But in the end, Max held on. I think whatever you say about it, I think one of the major things that I think is very good is that he kept performing under stress, and he did not make any mistakes. And he did. Take a lot of other drivers like Bottas or maybe even Hamilton, but surely Vettel, and they all crack under that kind of pressure. And they all.
If you want to talk about mistakes, what happened to Lando Norris in the pit stop?
Yeah, that was just.
They had the wrong tires, then they had no tires.
That was just crazy. Total communication breakdown. What they were saying, and maybe it would have been great to just get all the communications on that, because in a way it's very stupid and that can never happen, and it's just how is that possible? On the other hand, let's say that 20 seconds before they come in, they say, okay guys, we're going to do a double stop, so both cars will come in after each other. They have to know which one comes in first, obviously. If somebody did not specifically tell them that would have been problem one. Then they see a car coming and they have to sort of at the moment just switch tires around. Then they might mix up tires, the front and the rear, which happened to Bottas or whoever. There are about 10 crucial points where this could go horribly wrong. And it did, obviously.
But very strange that he first got, I think, on the left front a yellow tire.
Yeah, one yellow tire.
One yellow tire, and
it's
were
crazy.
All white tires.
It's crazy.
So
it's crazy. But what if you are that team? You are that guy with the yellow tire, and you put it on, and you think, wait a minute. That can't be right.
The one guy who only sees black and white.
Yeah. Why am I the only one here with a new wheel?
Yeah. It's just absolutely crazy, and in a way, it's fun that these things keep happening to everyone. Really, I mean, it can happen to every team, and that's why it's such a difficult sport, and that's why it's like the king class, because there's so much pressure. But anyway, yeah. So that was the thing. Then when you look at performance, what I found, but that's a lot of times the case, is that the whole commentary obviously is biased, and we know that. And again, it was leaning towards Hamilton instead of Russell. Again, they were only talking about Hamilton. Also in the post-show, they were talking about that more than Russell. Really, they didn't talk about Russell at all. So I don't know what they have against Russell, but there's something that they hate about him or whatever. A little bit also with Max, but certainly with Russell, they just can't be very positive about him. They just don't want to be positive about him for some reason. They do want to be positive about Hamilton. And what I think is, okay, some of these guys, you were driving a great race. I mean, even, and Leclerc drove a brilliant race. I mean, absolutely brilliant driver, and we know that he is. But there were two virtual safety cars and a real safety car, which pushed together the whole field. So it made it much easier for all these guys to do their overtaking and to win back some time, because at a certain point there were 10, 8, 12 seconds between the cars, and then it would have been a completely different race. And they never, I mean, they are scrutinizing every little thing. Yeah, but if they would have done that, and yeah, Max won, but it wasn't by a long shot and it could have gone differently. They go like that, but there's no word about, guys that had a lot of luck with the safety cars, which caused them to win places, because they were much closer to their front, to the front row. And it's all fine.
They even skipped over Sainz.
Yeah.
Sainz was challenging for 5 or 8 laps at the end of the race. He had every possibility of winning.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they skipped over him and they talked about Hamilton.
Yeah. Again, it was about Hamilton. And now Hamilton suddenly, I mean, yes, he was third, which is, it's good. I don't wish him to not
be third. What the thing is that I find funny about all of this? So the FIA have stepped in with this new regulation about ride height now, because they've said, with the bouncing, you cannot have this porpoising to the point where it's dangerous to the driver's health.
Yeah.
So they're now monitoring the vertical G-force on the porpoising.
Yeah.
And they said if it exceeds a certain value, you have 2 options: you raise the car or you don't race. So Mercedes raised the car this weekend.
Yeah.
Way higher than it's been.
Yeah.
They had very little porpoising, and suddenly their car is worthy of a 3rd place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, does that tell you they've been chasing ground force the wrong way?
Yeah.
The closer they get to the ground, the worse their car is.
Yeah.
And they've been afraid of lifting the car because it makes it slower, but they haven't taken account of the fact that when the driver isn't being beaten to death inside the car,
exactly,
he can concentrate more and get more out of it.
Yeah. That could very well be. I mean, that's a plausible explanation. I mean, it could well be that. Or anything other, because you don't know what they've done to the car, or maybe changed also. But that is certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, they would have been maybe still 3rd and 4th, but on 20 seconds, or they still have a much slower car, and that didn't show because of the safety car.
The safety car, bunched everybody up.
Yeah. And also Leclerc not being in the mix, and Perez not being in the mix. I mean, so, I mean, why do they take all of that in account in trying to discount a good race for Russell, or also Max, I think, or some other races? But when it's about Hamilton, they don't talk about that. Then suddenly it's a great race because he was 3rd and very close to the first 2 cars. I mean, that tells you that there is bias, It's just, and that annoys me. You either talk about these things or you don't, but you don't talk about these things only when you think it suits you. So I don't really like the F1 commentary on that one, and I don't know about the Sky commentary, but it's probably
the Sky commentary's gotten substantially better.
Okay, well that's good.
It might. I don't know if you have the option on F1 TV where you are to get the other commentary, but it might be worth listening to the other commentary.
Yeah, I think I can, but I'm
because you have F1 TV, and then the second one down on the list is normally international feed.
Yeah, but that's not
the international
the
one is Sky.
No, it's in the Netherlands. It's the Dutch commentary for Viaplay now.
Oh.
So yeah, and that's also crap.
Yeah, Viaplay. I saw they make it's like kindergarten level. It's like
look at the car.
It's Tene comment. Their commentary. It's really bad. But okay, that's another thing. No, I'm okay. I mean, I'll probably stick to F1 commentary then, because in general it's okay. But it's these little things. I think why can't they be for some reason. Journalists don't like Max, and if he won, obviously they have to say he drove a brilliant race, but that's everything they're gonna say about it. And then they switch back to Hamilton being being such a great driver, and look what he did today. And they should stop that. It's not that's just not fair.
Even when Hamilton doesn't come as high up as he did, when Russell outperforms him, which he's done for the first 7 races, and they don't talk about Russell. It's like, well, why are you not giving kudos to the number one driver in Mercedes? Because the number one driver is Russell.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think Mercedes have accepted that yet, and I don't think that the or the Formula One commentary team have accepted that yet.
No. And you would think in a sport so professional. That would be something that they would talk about, and some people in the organization should say, wait a minute, guys, I know it might be difficult, but let's turn it down a little bit and be a little bit more unbiased. But anyway, it was another great race with lots of excitement. And
do you know what's good this weekend? Sail GP.
Oh yeah, I did not have a chance to look at that. Although you did mention that it was going on. I still need to.
Sunday from Chicago.
Okay. Yeah.
It was 2 very close races.
Okay.
They cut both races short by 2 legs because the wind was so light. And the light wind meant they were sailing with the biggest sails. So the wings they had on were 24 meters high this weekend.
Okay.
It is huge.
Yeah, huge. Okay, well that's cool. Yeah, I still wanna. There's gonna be a race that I'm gonna watch too, but I just didn't have the schedule. And
you can. I mean, the nice thing is each day there's 3 races, and each race is between 13 and 16 minutes long.
Yeah.
So if you go to the Sail GP channel on YouTube, you can watch. You can skip to the start of each race.
Yeah, I should just do that.
And watch it pretty easily. It's just watch it while you're having a snack or dinner or something.
Yeah.
See if you're interested. Although Bermuda might be the better one to start with, because Bermuda was more exciting because the wind speed was higher. But Chicago was definitely worth watching.
Well, again, you have to sort of get into it a little bit, understand the teams and what they're doing, and then it might become more interesting. But you just have to start watching it.
We're still Sail GP virgins over here, so whenever they're doing the content, they're talking about things. I'm like, what are they talking about? I have to get my phone out and start looking up the rules and what they mean by who has priority and.
I do get confused with sail things. I mean, to start with, the start itself. I mean, how does that work? Because they're turning and turning, and then they at a certain point they all go to that line, and then they do the start.
Yeah.
But how do they time that? I mean, how? Yeah, how do they get to that line all at the same time? I mean, that's just crazy, isn't it?
And going the speed that they're going.
Yeah, that's anyway.
It's been interesting.
Okay, I totally. I mean, I was interested, and I'm still interested. I just didn't, get to the actual viewing yet. But
you don't need as much. You don't need as much investment as you do with Formula One, because the races are pretty short.
It's true.
And how do they transport these ships across the globe?
Very carefully.
But
They take them apart, so the hulls come away from the body and the sails come away from the body, and they can transport each boat in actually quite a narrow cross section. So it's like a tube that's 20, or a box that's 25 meters long by about maybe 5 meters by 5 meters, and they can get the whole boat in there.
Okay.
Then they just throw them on an airplane and then reassemble them when they get to the race venue.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And I've discovered this weekend there are engineers that travel with them whose only job it is to work on the hydrofoils and the rudders. So, because those are the bits that are in the water the most, those engineers are some of the most valuable people on the team.
Yeah.
They had a little special on, and they were showing the leading edge of this hydrofoil, and it looked pretty sharp. And the guy was like, "Oh no, this is completely ruined after the race in Bermuda." And they got in really close, and there were these little dents in the leading edge that were they were the size of something like this, just like a tiny little dent that big. And he goes, "Oh, this is completely unusable."
It's too much drag.
and they're refinishing the leading edge to make it as smooth as possible, so that when it's under the water, it's got no resistance.
Oh, I've got that sound again.
So,
do you hear that? Like.
Hang on, let me mute my microphone.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah, now it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's your mic. Anyway,
it's like a set of teeth. You can wind where it's actually
like yeah.
That's
false teeth.
Like,
yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that was. Well, look at his desk. You know, there's this thing walking out. Anyway,
But
no.
So actually, they probably could use somebody like Adrian Newey or something in a team.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
GP sailing. Yeah.
Did any of you try and find that movie, Wind? Probably not. But if you
not yet.
Still, if you think about it and you have some time, try and find that somewhere. I don't know if it's online. Available anyway, but that's really fun to watch because it gets you into that whole sailing thing, and it's a great movie, I think. But anyway, we've got it's 9 o'clock again, guys. So we have had another half of an hour of talking about nothing. Wow, that's not completely true. I think the quality is getting better. I think
love to do and see.
Yes, exactly. And I think our F1 commentaries get better and better. We might really start a podcast on just that part, because if I listen to some of the other podcasts, ours is not that much worse. That much. I mean, it's not. It's pretty good, I think, but.
Is that going to be our slogan? Grindelwald Bastards Formula One podcast.
Let's try and
we are not the worst.
We are not the worst. Yeah, that would be actually something that I would love to put on there. Yes, that would be exactly spot on. So anyway, so thank you guys for joining us, and thanks to viewers for watching. I have to. That's the last thing. I have to show you something, and let's see if I can bring that up very quickly. I think I can, but I have to sort of let's just go to this screen, and I will have to show you something. Let me show you something. Yes, it is here on the right side of the screen. Let me get it under the. Oh, I can't for some reason. Let's see if I can make this available to you, because for some reason it's exactly at a point. Oh, here it is. There is a text in the screen now, and you guys can't read it, but in the video later on it will probably be there. We had a comment. We had a comment 5 days ago on one of our videos, which is that's just really great. And the comment is from Jordan Vanessa, and I would think that is a female, probably, because it's probably Vanessa is the female name, and she says "Brummusm."
We have a comment.
And I think we should spend a week trying to find out what the hell that means.
It's like Kofefi.
Yeah, Kofefi. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Is this?
We've arrived. We've got a comment.
We can stop. We
Yeah,
can
stop
die.
now. We are at the epitome of live shows. Thank you guys for watching, and let's try and have another show next week. Have a great week, everybody, and subscribe, comment with whatever you want to say, and we will
more comments like that.
We will see you all next week. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.